Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still Monday, October 4th, 2021. Just lovely. Absolutely lovely. And I mean that sincerely. Let's talk, you and me, people. A lot going on and a bunch of stuff here. Let's start off with this market. So, the major stock market indices did finish lower today. The Dow finished down less than 1%. The S&P 500, about 1%. The NASDAQ, on inflation worries and possibly a rate hike from the Fed, did fall just over 2%. Okay, what does this mean? Because I'm getting all kinds of feedback and emails today like you cannot possibly believe. It's astonishing to me. So Friday, we get a big rally in the market. Today, the market falls. Nothing major, and everyone's, screaming like this is the end of the world here. Where are you people getting this from? I think I understand why. There is a kind of a high-profile person out here, I will not mention any names, who is calling for a crash this month. And it looks like he's got a lot of people convinced that that's about to happen. Okay, live in fear, live in panic. I guarantee you are going to make bad, very bad investment choices. Some of you might even decide to get short this market, and you're going to get crucified, but that's okay too. It always takes two parties to make a single trade. I think we all know that. Anyway, people, crude oil today hit a 7-month high, and crude oil is going much higher. So get used to it. This plays right into the inflation fears that everyone's talking about today, all across the financial channels today. It's getting all kinds of airplay. And I told you, look, we're going to get another surge here. I prepared all of you for this way before these mainstream knuckleheads decided to, jump on the bandwagon here. So in light of this sell-off today, again, nothing major, the MMRI actually came down just a little bit. People, let me clarify something for you. And I've said this since I put this indicator out. This is my creation, so I think I know how it should work. I'm kind of like Dr. Frankenstein here. This is not a day trading indicator. As a matter of fact, I can't even imagine how some of you out here who are writing to me about this would even use it as a day trading indicator. No, the MMRI measures market risk in a very unique way. It's the only indicator that I know of that does this. What does it do? It takes the action in the debt market and the relative strength of the dollar, puts this into an equation and gives us a number. Now, what's driving this market here? It's debt. Okay, so that's why I decided to use this kind of a formula to come to this MMRI. And look, I still get naysayers out here. You're a bunch of imbeciles. You have no idea how it works. I know it's above a lot of people's pay grade, but you got to give this thing a chance. It just came out like a week and a half ago, and it's been correct. Now, we had this sell-off today. This indicator, the MMRI, is now saying risk remains low. Not that there's no risk, but risk remains low. You want to see the MMRI? A lot of you keep writing. Where is it, Greg? It's on my website, traderschoice.net. There is a link in the description of this video. Just click on that link, scroll down, and you're going to see it, MMRI. I'm going to add something bigger there when I finish this video so all of you can get a better handle on it. But that's what this does. It measures market risk by looking at the debt market, which is the driver of the market, period, the end. You know this. Nothing matters anymore when you have easy money pouring into the market like this. This is a unique situation like we've never seen in the history of the world. So why not have a unique indicator that's going to tell us what we should be doing here? You know what I'm saying? Of course, we need to take in a whole bunch of other things, like the macro environment. You all know I'm a macro guy. You got to look at crude oil, what central banks are doing. Take in all the, there's a lot. And that's why I sit here and try to outline this all for you. And all I'm trying to do is make your life easier. That's all I'm trying to do. I know that. I mean, there are some sincerely hardcore Greg haters. I got that. And I'm trying to help these people too. I don't know, what they're trying to get out of it. It's obviously not working. My channel keeps growing exponentially. So all you Greg haters, how's that working for you? Not too well. I don't think it is. Anyway, so keep your eyes on this, people. Market sold off today, nothing major. MMRI comes down, meaning a slightly lower level of risk in the market. That tells me, looking at crude oil, looking at the dollar under pressure, looking at the stable 10-year yield, this market's going higher. This market is going higher, probably much higher. Now, let's talk a little further about this. Is it possible that this stock market, the Dow right now is about 5% off of its all-time high? Okay. Is it possible that we may be in a slight corrective phase? And what does that mean? Does it mean it's all over? See, people aren't used to it. The stock market really hasn't had a correction in quite a long time. Corrections are bullish. The market goes up, we correct, we go higher. Hey, what a big secret. I just told you the secret to the market. Oh, imagine my shock. Imagine your shock that you get a little tip from me. It's the way it works, people. Let us move on. Cryptocurrencies today flat to slightly lower. Gold and silver catching a bid here as the debt continues to hyper balloon. Now, I want to talk about a few other things here. I already told you about crude oil hitting a 7-month high. So much for Jim Cramer's market top. Duh. For all those of you who said I was wrong. Oh, I guess you might want to call Jim Cramer on his show tonight and said, Greg Mannarino said you were wrong. He knows this. We know some of the same people anyway. I don't know what Jim was trying to do when he was calling the top in crude. There's no top here. Crude is going much higher. That was a bullish pullback, a correction. Henceforth, crude's going a lot higher here, people. All right, I already told you about the MMRI. It is not a day trading indicator. I don't even know how you came up with this, some of you. I have no idea. It just measures market risk looking at the debt market. It's a very effective, simple tool. Okay, let us move forward. How about this? So it looks like the Federal Reserve Vice Chair is also caught up in this insider trading scheme. Now, so far we have, let's see, 2 Fed presidents, the Fed chairperson himself, and the vice chair. But you know something? It's all coincidence. It's just a coincidence. You know that, don't you? Of course you do. Let's see what happens here, people. Again, the Federal Reserve, as you all are well aware of, is a criminal cartel of the highest order being run by criminals who are literally determined to rule the world, shutting down the global economy. They will do whatever they got to do here to keep power. You understand? If that means they got to destroy the economy to do it, as in a scamdemic, they will do that, okay? We've watched several things occur over the last couple of years that have been pretty incredible here. And none of it, not one single thing, is by accident. This has all been thought out in advance, all of it, and we are now living in the effects of it. And if you think you've seen it all, you haven't seen anything yet. I'm telling you this right now. Our economy is in free fall by design as well. It continues to contract as the Fed gains power. The more debt a central bank is called upon to issue, the stronger they become, not weaker. Again, this was the big misunderstanding during President Trump's tenure. I can't tell you how many people wrote to me, Greg, you are wrong. President Trump is trying to bankrupt the Fed. That's why he's making them, continue to issue more debt. No, I told all of you from the get-go, from day one, that this was a complete falsehood. I don't know where that came from, okay? The more debt a central bank issues, the exponentially stronger they become. And if that means they got to shut down the economy to become the lender and buyer of last resort so they can issue monumentally more debt, that's what they will do. This is their end game. This is what they have started out to do at their inception, all right? I know a lot of you were buying into the political nonsense at that time, or QAnon, who probably spread that rumor that President Trump's trying to bankrupt the Fed. Can't happen. It was laughable. We can end the Fed very simply just by stopping them or preventing them from issuing one single dollar more debt. Just one. That's all it would take. But there's no political power. Again, we have no representation here in the United States. Although Elizabeth Warren, I can't stand the woman, I'll be honest with you, is now calling for the heads of the Fed chair, Fed vice chair, and these Fed presidents who were insider trading. Bravo to her. At least someone's trying to do something about it. Nothing's going to come of it, though. I guarantee you, nothing whatsoever. They're too powerful. They're untouchable. I think we all know that. And I told you earlier, even today, that we need a revolution to change things in this country. But for us, people, in the reality that we are in, we need to keep ourselves on the right side and understand what's going on. A hyperballooning of debt, it's not going to stop. A stock market here that may actually be in some type of a corrective phase. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form that there is going to be a crash of the market this month, going contrary to a certain individual. Again, I won't mention his name. I think a lot of you know who I'm talking about. And if you do, please feel free to share it here on this blog. I just don't want to draw attention to anyone spewing that kind of fear, that kind of panic. When someone does this to you, it's not what they're saying that you should fear. It's the individual themselves, okay? What we're doing here is staying level-headed. We're staying steadfast. We're looking at the market from every perspective, using every tool we can use, including this new indicator, the MMRI, to get ourselves on the right side of this, betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, having some cryptocurrencies in your portfolio, keeping yourself hedged. If you are all in on any one asset, you're in trouble. Unless, of course, that's physical silver. I'm telling you the truth. If you can handle what's going on right now, I believe this, people, and I've said this for the longest time, physical silver is the most undivided asset in the world. I think when this thing does melt down, and it's not going to be this month, we're going to get an implosion in that debt market that's going to melt the stock market, and cash is just going to move from one reality into another, from one set of assets into another set of assets. Risk on will become risk off. You all know that if you've been following this blog. I got you covered. You got yourself covered. If you're here with me right now, and you've been with me for any length of time, I'm telling you, there's no one else who has a better perspective on the inner workings of this market than you do. And the psychology of it, what's going on, it's so much bigger than numbers or this or that. It's massively encompassing of so many different elements. Anyway, people, so that is it for today. I'm done. And this guy right here loves you a lot. I mean it. Please share this video. Get it out there as far and wide as you possibly can. And I will see all of you in the morning. And of course, it's going to be just as lovely as right now. What else would you expect?